Ryan Reynolds decided to leave his A-list wife for one of the most despised actresses in Hollywood. It was back in 2010 when he was married to Scarlett Johansson. Then he allegedly cheated on her with actress Blake Lively. Now I'm sure Ryan is regretting his choices.
When you look at these photos and when you look at these videos of Blake and Ryan doing the promos of the Green Lantern, it's very much giving work wife and work husband and the girl that he told you not to worry about. Blake Lively was the work wife that he told you not to worry about. Okay, at least that's what it seems like to me. Let's talk about Blake Lively's relationship timeline with Ryan Reynolds and how it has sort of collided with this drama with Justin Baldoni.
Ryan Reynolds and Scarlett Johansson's past relationship offers intriguing insights into marriage, especially when compared to Ryan's current bond with Blake Lively. While Ryan and Scarlett were once Hollywood's power couple, their marriage was notably private and short-lived. In contrast, his relationship with Blake is filled with humor, public admiration, and a strong family dynamic.
Ryan Reynolds brought in 45 Marvel actors for Deadpool and Wolverine, but one thing that shocked a lot of people is he wanted Scarlett Johansson in the movie. Many people forget is there was a time from 2008 to 2011 where Scarlett Johansson and Ryan Reynolds were married. They got divorced after Ryan Reynolds finished filming Green Lantern, where he met his second wife Blake Lively, and many people have assumed he cheated on Scarlett Johansson with Blake Lively while filming. Before getting divorced, they both joined Marvel, with Ryan Reynolds playing Deadpool in X-Men Origins 2009. A year later in 2010, Scarlett Johansson would join the MCU playing Black Widow in Iron Man 2. The characters of Deadpool and Black Widow are close, where in some of the comics the two actually have a relationship together. At the time, they couldn't share a screen together because Fox owned the rights to Deadpool and the MCU was owned by Disney. In 2019, Disney bought Fox for $72 billion and got the rights to Deadpool. Many believe that Scarlett Johansson asked to be killed off in Avengers Endgame because she didn't want to later on share a screen with Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds, for the beginning of Deadpool and Wolverine, had a script which would have united the original 6 Avengers, including Scarlett Johansson. It would have happened if Robert Downey Jr. didn't say no because of being Doctor Doom.
By reflecting on his past with Scarlett and his present with Blake, Ryan has revealed a lot about what makes a marriage thrive: communication, mutual support, and a deep sense of friendship. Their contrasting relationships highlight key lessons about love, compatibility, and personal growth in Hollywood's ever-watchful spotlight.
People really don't like Blake Lively right now, and they're starting not to like Ryan Reynolds, which is why his relationship with Scarlett Johansson is starting to get some attention, because it seems like Scarlett is the one that got away. But in my personal opinion, I feel like Ryan wanted to be the main star in his relationship, and he couldn't compete with Scarlett, so that's why Blake Lively is his perfect fit. But let's talk about what really ended Scarlett Johansson and Ryan Reynolds' short marriage. I mean, you guys know how Hollywood works. These relationships come and go so quickly. Now, the couple's 2-year marriage, which ended in 2011, was marked by struggles. Scarlett Johansson and Ryan Reynolds began dating in 2007 after Ryan's engagement to Alanis Morissette ended.
Ryan Reynolds and Scarlett Johansson began dating in 2007, leading to their engagement in May 2008. They married in September 2008 in a private ceremony near Tofino, British Columbia. However, their marriage faced challenges, and by December 2010, they announced their separation, with the divorce finalized in July 2011. In a 2019 interview, Johansson reflected on this period, stating, "I mean, the first time I got married, I was 23 years old. I didn't really have an understanding of marriage. Maybe I kind of romanticized it, I think, in a way."
Scarlett Johansson made over $100 million from her time with Marvel, but one thing is clear, and that's that she didn't quit because of Ryan Reynolds. Scarlett Johansson and Ryan Reynolds were once married, where they began dating in 2007, got married in 2008, and divorced in 2011. Many people believe the reason for the divorce was Blake Lively, who made the movie Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds while he was married to Scarlett Johansson, and many believe they had an affair while filming. That doesn't seem likely, because even though Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively were dating while he was still technically married to Scarlett Johansson, the two separated before Green Lantern began filming. And cut to 6 years later, Ryan Reynolds made an actually good comic book movie with Fox known as Deadpool. At the time, Deadpool wasn't owned by Marvel and Disney because Fox bought the rights for X-Men and Deadpool in 1994 for $2.6 million. And cut to 2019, when Disney bought Fox for $71 billion and got the rights to Deadpool back. Since that point, there has been a rumor that Scarlett Johansson quit working with Marvel because she knew she'd have to work with Ryan Reynolds again as Deadpool, and she didn't want to do that. This is completely false, because Scarlett Johansson was contracted and already scheduled to be written out of Marvel 2 years earlier. Scarlett Johansson has praised Ryan Reynolds in the past, saying he was overall a good husband. Not why she left, and with that, I'm Charles Perrault. Subscribe to learn something.
Now, in the news, Ryan Reynolds and Scarlett Johansson announced they will divorce. Here's what they put out in a statement. "After long and careful consideration on both our parts, we've decided to end our marriage. We entered our relationship with love, and it's with love and kindness we leave it. While privacy isn't expected, it's certainly appreciated. Now, divorce is not a pleasant subject no matter what, and when you've got two celebrities divorcing, it can be even less pleasant. If you're going to do that, putting out a joint press statement like this, I think is the best thing to do. It comes across classy. Now, presumably getting together was a little more pleasurable than their divorce. They also mentioned that privacy is appreciated, but hey, they're being realistic. It's not necessarily expected. I think given as unpleasant a subject as divorce is, that this is about as good a statement as you can put out.
Reynolds and Johansson's marriage reportedly lacked warmth due to their strong and often clashing personalities. Ryan was described as traditional and controlling, expecting Scarlett to prioritize their relationship over her career. Meanwhile, Scarlett, known for her independence and rising success in Hollywood, found his demands stifling.
Scarlett became unhappy, which I could understand that. Shout out to the people in a long-distance relationship because it could not be me. I just like to have my partner there. Looking back, Scarlett admitted that she didn't fully understand marriage at 23 years old, which makes sense. She confessed, "I didn't really have an understanding of marriage," and Ryan said that marriage became more complicated for him over time and that things were changing after they had got married. According to In Touch Weekly, their relationship lacked warmth due to their strong personalities. The insider revealed they're both strong-willed and stubborn people. There was a lack of warmth between them, and that was troubling. Ryan can be an overbearing control freak. He's more traditional while she's more independent. When he wanted her there, he expected her to drop everything and come to him. She got tired of the double standard because he wanted to be the big star and he wanted everything his way, and she has a sense of self-worth. There were reports of Scarlett being angry often and having heated arguments with Ryan, including one incident on the set of the movie The Proposal.
Their conflicting expectations led to frequent arguments, with sources claiming Ryan struggled with Scarlett's greater professional achievements. Reports suggest he wanted to be the dominant figure in the relationship, which created resentment. Ultimately, their inability to balance personal and professional lives contributed to the breakdown of their short-lived marriage.
But it wasn't all Scarlett's fault. Rumors suggested that Ryan could have been an overbearing control freak with his traditional mindset, which clashed with Scarlett's. And like I said, I don't think Ryan Reynolds wanted to have another movie star as his girlfriend. This article reports the streets are saying that Ryan couldn't handle Scarlett being more successful than him, and people suspect that Ryan inserted himself into the "it ends with us" drama because he doesn't like being outshined by a partner. Scarlett Johansson might have hinted at a toxic competition in their relationship during a May 2016 interview with Cosmo. She said, quote, "The logistics of being with another actor are challenging." She said there has to be a real understanding of how you share your time, especially when two people's careers are going at the same rate. Or even if one person is more successful than the other, that also proves to be challenging. Even though she did not name drop Ryan, we all knew who she was talking about because they were married when she was in her early 20s. She was doing so well.
Following his divorce, Reynolds met Blake Lively in early 2010 while filming Green Lantern. Their relationship blossomed, and they began dating in October 2011. The couple married on September 9th, 2012, at Boone Hall Plantation in South Carolina. They have since built a family, welcoming 4 children together. Their partnership is marked by mutual support, both personally and professionally.
It was hard not to love the movie because you guys are so beautiful to watch that I was just like,
Well, hello.
I was just like,
Everyone gains 10 points next to her. You go out. No, that's all you get today, though. That's it.
I know, I can't believe
That's it.
Like
No,
camera
just that.
compliments
Yeah,
off
no.
camera,
Yeah.
not so nice.
Yeah, no, never. Never.
Gotta keep her grounded.
No, yeah, absolutely. I've seen her go into a rage spiral. Oh my God. And most people's violence with her, it's just baking. Just bakes things.
At just 23 and 34 at the time, Blake and Ryan connected with the theme of courage in the movie, their own tested on set.
What are fears that you guys have had to overcome?
man.
Working with Ryan.
Yeah.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have been together for over a decade and share 4 kids. Today we're taking a look back at how they got their start. They met on set of The Green Lantern back in 2010, where Blake played Ryan's love interest. She was just 23 years old at the time and still starring in Gossip Girl. They were just friends at first. Blake was with Penn Badgley at the time, and Ryan was still married to Scarlett Johansson. A year later, when they were both single, they famously hit it off while on a double date with other people. By October 2011, reports were out that they'd started dating. And by the holidays, People magazine was reporting that they were spotted spending the season together in Vancouver. In September of 2012, they quietly got married at a plantation in Charleston, South Carolina, which is a move that's gotten them a lot of criticism in the years since. And despite being married, Blake and Ryan hadn't actually made their official red carpet debut as a couple. That didn't happen until nearly 2 years into their marriage at the 2014 Met Gala. In October 2014, they announced that they were expecting their first child. They've since had 3 more kids, and it sounds like they could actually be down for even more.
Now, an interesting aspect of Ryan and Scarlett's relationship is how Blake plays a role in it. Let me take you back to 2010, July. Blake and Ryan attend their first event together at Comic-Con to promote the movie Green Lantern. And for some reason, they don't dress in cosplay. As you could tell from this photo, they are super duper adorable, but the catch, Ryan is still married to Scarlett Johansson.
Their relationship is also characterized by humor and public displays of affection. They frequently tease each other on social media, showcasing a playful dynamic. In response to rumors about their marriage, Reynolds humorously remarked, "I wish I could use a little me time."
If the 2 of you had married any other people, you definitely would have crushed the other person's soul. Because you are so biting and amazing.
We always tease each other. He was, after I gave birth, he was like, oh my gosh, if I lost you and I, went to the park with our 3 kids, I mean, think of the ladies I can. This is a horrible thing to say. And he's like, I've got a long list. And I was like, oh, really? Because I just have 1 on my list. He's like, wait, who? And I was like, sorry, he's getting someone.
During the filming of Green Lantern, multiple witnesses reported seeing Ryan and Blake spending private time together, often leaving their trailers to visit a nearby hotel. Additionally, restaurant staff claimed they saw them dining together in a way that appeared more romantic than friendly. These incidents fueled speculation that Ryan had cheated on Scarlett Johansson before their divorce was finalized.
I think the beginning of their relationship actually may reveal a lot about who they are today, and it's all speculation, but let's take a look. So 2010, Green Lantern. They met on the set of Green Lantern, which is a DC superhero movie that was widely regarded as a massive flop, both critically and at the box office. I never saw it. I think I may have tried to watch the first few minutes of it years ago, and it was just so bad I had to turn it off. The budget was $200 million to make the movie, and the movie only grossed worldwide. It grossed $219 million. So it barely evened out on production costs. And that even includes costs of like marketing expenses and things like that.
Blake Lively has stated that she and Ryan Reynolds were close friends for 2 years before their relationship became romantic. However, critics argue that their friendship overlapped with Ryan's marriage to Scarlett, raising suspicions about emotional or physical infidelity. During Green Lantern filming, Ryan and Blake were frequently seen together, dining privately and spending time away from the set. While they both insist their relationship only turned romantic after Ryan's divorce, many believe their bond was already inappropriate while he was still married.
Because for me, my husband started as a friend. He was a good friend for 2 years that was not romantic in any way. And
okay, the whole Blake Lively discourse has me thinking about Blake Lively remembering things. Like how these two met on the set of The Green Lantern right before Ryan Reynolds and Scarlett Johansson ended their relationship. Now, Scarlett has insinuated that the relationship ended because he could not handle her career success. Can I show you some footage from Comic-Con? Listen, they might have only been friends, but she is definitely giving the girl that he tells you not to worry about.
With the ring, Ryan Reynolds.
Felt like this kind of amalgamation between Chuck Yeager and Han Solo, and he felt like this classic hero, something that I hadn't seen in a long time on film, a character who can throw a punch, tell a joke, and kiss a girl.
Candace Owens has recently suggested that Ryan Reynolds, husband of Blake Lively, may be the central figure in the ongoing dispute between Lively and her It Ends With Us co-star and director Justin Baldoni. In a series of Instagram stories on January the 24th, 2025, Owens shared claims from an anonymous source alleging that Reynolds' unexpected visit to the film set led to escalated tensions.
Person who wrote to me said that they worked on the set of It Ends With Us, okay? And that the villain in this entire story is not Blake Lively, it's not Justin Baldoni, but it is Ryan Reynolds. And now I look at him and I just go, how did I not see this? This is the backstory. Comes to set, reviews the dailies, the raw footage, whatever that was shot today, reviews the script, and then he goes into his trailer, allegedly. Don't gag order or sue me, Ryan Reynolds. Okay, I don't want to be involved in all the drama. I'm just telling my audience what I was told. He goes into Blake Lively's trailer and they have an argument. And all of the production assistants overheard the argument, okay? Now, what was at the root of that argument? We don't know, but we can assume it had something to do with what he saw in these dailies, what he read in the script. Who even knows what led him to even visit on this day? And the person says that from that day forward, he started involving himself, that he basically became a chaperone for her on set. He was there basically every day, involved in the projects, wanting to rewrite lines, and suddenly Ryan Reynolds was trying to wrangle this project from Justin Baldoni.
During the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary special, Reynolds sparked controversy by making a joke that alluded to the legal dispute between his wife, Lively, and Baldoni. According to Wally Ferriston, SNL's cue card handler, Reynolds personally pitched the joke, though representatives for both Reynolds and NBC have denied this claim.
Meanwhile, over the weekend, SNL did its 50th anniversary tribute, and there was one moment that seemed to stand out. That was a moment where Tina Fey and Amy Poehler called out Ryan Reynolds in the audience, and it was a little awkward.
I have a question.
Oh, hey, Ryan Reynolds.
Hi.
Hey. Ryan Reynolds, how's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
Joking about how you and your wife essentially tried to leverage by accusing him of sexual harassment is not amazing. It's not an amazing look. I think it's going to do serious career damage to Ryan Reynolds, and by the evidence, it probably should.
How's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
This was the first public appearance for Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds since she filed her civil rights complaint. This is a big legal battle for the two of them. So we saw Ryan poke fun at their own woes. Right now, they're obviously going through it. And I have to tell you that there actually is expected to be a big update in that legal saga this week. Blake Lively's attorneys have said that they are going to be filing an amended complaint against Justin Baldoni, and the judge set a deadline for tomorrow. So that can be coming very, very soon.
Lively was already facing criticism for past interviews, where her remarks and attitude did not sit well with the public. Some viewers felt she came across as arrogant or dismissive, leading to a decline in her popularity.
And money is on Blake Lively being wrong. All right, you guys, it is Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni Day. Finally. I've been teasing that all week, and let me just say to all of the women out there that are watching, no matter what you do in life, you never, ever, ever go full Amber Heard.
First of all, congrats on your little bump.
Congrats on your little bump.
What about my bump?
You've got two nice ones.
They are kind of bumps, aren't they?
No, not bumps. The lovely lady lumps. Check it out.
Thank you. You like the movie? Are you a Woody Allen fan?
I love most of his movies, and this one was so visually amazing.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
The internet started pulling out these clips, and suddenly there were these headlines, and people were just very upset with Blake Lively.
Instead of focusing on the movie's message or the collaborative effort behind the adaptation, Lively has seemingly used It Ends With Us as a tool for her own brand promotion. From social media posts to interviews, much of the attention has been centered around Lively rather than the story or the cast as a whole. whole.
We all didn't like the way this film was being marketed.
Yeah.
Okay? We all thought it was cringe. And Blake was in that video being rude to the reporter.
And also there was the video of her saying something about I think the reporter asked her, like, how can fans connect with you about with this character or something? And she's like, okay, do you want me to share my location or something? She's just very sarcastic and snarky and just didn't come across well.
I will just say this. It really reminds me of Housewives. A lot of times what they say is like, you can blame a bad edit, like Blake's trying to blame this smear campaign.
Yeah.
But they can't show things you didn't say.
Correct.
And in a lot of these clips and like evidence of Blake being cringe and being rude, Blake did those things. And Blake did use the film as a moment to launch a hair care business.
Right.
And promoting her alcohol brand, Betty Buzz, it's just not a good look when you're promoting also a film about domestic violence.
Well, I think too, it was just a lot of like all about Blake, all about how this is how I styled it. This is my hair care line, my Betty Buzz, whatever. It was just a lot about her and how this was her vision. And I think people felt like it didn't land for people.
The sources contend that Reynolds reviewed daily footage, became upset over aspects of the script, and engaged in a heated exchange with Baldoni. Following this incident, Reynolds allegedly approached Baldoni's talent agency, WME, demanding they sever ties with Baldoni.
That it was Ryan who had called this shot, that it was very obvious now that we know his brand of narcissism. I feel like we all deserve like PhDs in psychology by the end of this. And since we were able to connect the way his teacher said that he believes he can act his way out of anything and make people fall in love with him, we just said, I said yesterday on the show, 100% Ryan was the one who put this line in here. Not SNL, not Tina Fey, not Blake Lively, but Ryan. And sure enough, some amazing mommy sleuth sends me a link yesterday, which you guys don't forget, you can always email me tips, info@CandaceOwens.com. And she says, check out this broadcast on an Australian radio show called Fifi, Fev, and Nick for Breakfast, literally an Australian, a Melbourne, Australia station, where they had a guy who's been with SNL for like 25 years. His name is Cue Card Wally. He literally holds the cue cards for SNL. And he was just opening up with them in a friendly conversation about how exciting hosting that 50th anniversary was. And at the very end of the conversation, Cue Card Wally gets asked about that line. Ryan Reynolds jumping up.
What do you think Ryan Reynolds' past with Scarlett Johansson reveals about his marriage to Blake Lively? Share your thoughts in the comments below.